Jmods are getting a chance this week to work on some personal projects with September's Game Jam. So it's likely we're going to get some of that stuff revealed in the days to come. Before we get into that, one quick announcement. New Prime Gaming Drop has arrived this month if you're a Prime member. You can get yourself 7 days of membership, Death Touch Dart, and 5 large prismatic lamps. You'll be able to grab your goodies until October 10th. And if you haven't picked up your August rewards, that's the currency pack with an umbral chest, that's still available till the 27th. So if you're Prime membership holder, check out the Prime Gaming section on Twitch to accept your reward. That said, September Game Jam is around. This is where Jmods get the chance to explore personal projects, community suggestions, things like that. And we'll be revealing some of their work on social media. So whatever gets put out there, I'll definitely be covering it here on the channel. So you just gotta stay tuned and we'll discuss what Jmods are working on as soon as they put it out. But do note that not all Game Jam projects make it into the game, and they cannot offer any timelines or guarantees for content releases that are a result of the Game Jam projects. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video so far, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Now with that said, we're going to look at the patch notes and see what's actually been changed with today's update, so let's check it out. Starting off, they cleaned up and reorganized a number of damage buffs to work in a more consistent manner. This will have changed the order of operations for a number of buffs and will likely act as a slight buff for magic, range, and melee, as the majority of the buffs have been grouped after potion stat boosts, so you might see a slight change. They reworked a number of damage buffs that previously only affected random damage to affect all damage. Previous effects like Slayer Helmet claimed to boost your damage by 12.5%, but due to how this was applied, they actually boosted damage anywhere from 1% up to 12%. These effects have been reworked and rebalanced to consistently buff damage by a fixed amount. The Slayer Helmet has been rebalanced from 12.5 random damage to 7.5 total damage at the lowest tier and 9.5 at the highest tier. Genocidal has been rebalanced from 7% random damage to 5% total damage when fully stacked. For 4 and 3 guardhouse buffs, the values remain the same but changed from random damage to total damage. Revenge has been rebalanced from 10% random damage per stack to 5% random damage per stack. And Spendthrift, the values remain the same, random damage changed to total damage. The examine text for Protean planks and logs have been updated to better reflect how they work. Required items description for the unwelcome guests has been corrected. Fixed an issue in the first dream of Dead and Buried, where a player could not progress because of quickly moving between adjacent pressure plates. All fletching items that are not specific to quests or promos now have fletching XP buffs applied. The execute chance that was part of the tier 3 guardhouse perk was affecting the Hobgoblin, Geomancer, and Unholy Cursebearer bosses, and this has been corrected. Additional options to disable Hero Pass messages are now available in the settings. Remove the on login pop-up for the Hero Pass. Skill guide entries for Necromancy Prayer are updated. Hand of Judgment and Decay prayers no longer say they require level 10 Necromancy. Metamorphosis correctly applies magic damage boost to all elemental forms. Necromancy runes and ectoplasm can now be taken into Castle Wars. Fixed an issue where occasionally glyphs may not be recognized for the active ritual. Sitting on benches anywhere now triggers arrest. Sitting on stools in the City of Lum now triggers arrest too. A new Necromancy gameplay setting option has been added, which ensures the highest tier communion item is automatically placed on the pedestal from focus storage, rather than continuing to use the already selected item. Fixed an animation issue with the waterfall agility shortcut east of Shiloh Village. The Limber Lumber Jumper Elite Fremnik achievement no longer requires defense and constitution. The elements of the ribbon bar now correctly expand and collapse when hovering over them with a mouse cursor. Empty large rune pouches and grasping rune pouches can no longer be equipped via the bank. Fixed an issue with the Agroth boss fight. In some cases, the player could be killed by a tentacle attack in phase 1 after defeating all the tentacles, and in phase 2 after defeating the main boss. This has been corrected. Fixed an issue where Agroth's tentacle attack rate was not being set correctly in the boss's second phase. Tentacles now attack more frequently during phase 2. The Art Glacier collection log now correctly checked if it's complete when crafting any of the weapons. You can now take the shorter path between River Lum and the wheat farm. Remove the unnecessary forced walk tile in the Slayer Tower. Converted the Magic Carpet ride in the Jack of Spades quest to use the activity override system of the Stormguard wingsuit and gondolas to standardize safety checks. The Demon Hunter bow no longer appears in the wardrobe interface when the filter is set to spears. An appropriate message is now displayed in the chat when using the agility shortcut connecting the tree, gnome stronghold, and the barbarian outpost. Dismantling a Cramulet without having the required inventory space no longer gives a placeholder message. Volatile clay hammers and fletching knives can no longer be equipped from the bank to the character character's hand. The reroll token Master Destroy message has been updated. It was previously saying it could be bought from Zyda, which it can't. Fixed a typo in the broadcast message you get when receiving a Magma Tempest ability codex from Calzut. Fixed an issue that was showing a wrong dosage amounts for the anti-poison potions within the Herblore skill guide. The price checker now correctly shows the alchemy value for headless arrows on Iron Man accounts. Your magic carpet is no longer invisible when flying to Metaphos during the Jack of Spades quest. Fixed an issue where the target panel moved to the top of the screen with the legacy interface mode activated. Fixed an issue where Bagrata Rex changed color after being defeated. Players no longer require a bank pin to clear Nastroth's reminder that a week has elapsed since they requested a skill reset. The dive and bladed dive abilities are always displayed in the ability book once unlocked. Fixed an issue that meant the Ice Fiends within the God Wars dungeon were set to level 1, they are now level 84 as intended. Fixed an issue that flipped the sheath/unsheath option when using an Eldritch crossbow. Fixed an issue causing the offhand Dragor Longsword Soul and Broken models to be switched. Movement abilities like Surge, Escape, and Dive or Bladed Dive no longer incorrectly reset each other's cooldown if either a Power Burst of Acceleration or the Overcharge buff from Thentraken is active. And lastly, the colors of the 1-dose Holy Overload potion has been fixed. That's it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there, check them out if you wish to do so. If not, we'll see you with the Game Jam reveals later this week. If you missed last week's video, it'll be on screen now. Check it out there. And with that, I'm out. Aloha.